If you really care about congestion in the centre of London, just stop the cars.
Yeah.
Like, don't charge them to be there, because it's like, this is the thing about like speeding cameras back in the day, which aren't as prevalent now as they used to be. It's like people went overboard. Local councils thought, oh, this is a profit generator. This generates so much money, so we'll just put speed cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's why there was a backlash, because there was just too many. It was too costly to people getting caught all the time on these cameras. And then they realised it was just a money-making scheme and not a road safety thing.
Yeah.
And I think this is the thing. They don't care about the air we're breathing.
I think they don't, but also they do, because if we all get sick, then the NHS still needs to answer our phone call, and they're the ones paying the NHS.
We're the ones paying the NHS.
We're the ones paying it, but from their money. You know,
no, we're paying for the NHS. Now we're paying for the congestion charge to help the NHS pay for the
But they have access to our money. Like, our money is actually their money.
Yeah.
It's not we're paying it. They already own us.
No, I don't see it that way. I see it as like we're paying for our own healthcare if we
can pretend that
the congestion,
we can pretend,
and now they're asking us to pay again.
We can pretend that we're in charge of our own destiny, but I don't think we are. I don't think we're in charge of our financial destiny. But yeah, let's.
I'm a big advocate to no congestion charge, but I'm only a big advocate of it because I think it should be electrical. Why do I say that whenever I say electric? Like some granddad. Like, I think all vehicles within Zone 1 should be electric and public. So it should be a combination of self-driven sort of, I don't know, Tesla taxis. Little 1 or 2 seater things that you can jump in that will take you to your destination. Electric sort of.
I do like this idea.
That type of thing. Electric buses, maybe.
So any car that drives in Zone 1 and 2, let's say Zone 1 and 2 as well, they have to have like an Oyster reader. So if at the stop sign, if there's a seat, you can get in the car. You tap your Oyster. And then you get out whenever you want.
Exactly. And I don't know about the payments for that, but I do think it should all be electric vehicles and it should all be public vehicles. So there's no like your own electric car drive into town. None of that.
Yeah.
It has to be public stuff. And then your electric bikes, scooters, whatever is deemed safe and whatever, all that can still exist.
But they're allowed to exist.
But no. But you know, so a lot of people that don't think you should have the scooters because they're dangerous, but I think, you know, as long as they're regulated and they're on certain roads. Fine.
Yeah. They're definitely less dangerous than fucking big trucks.
Yeah, so
we're gonna have big trucks in London.
Although, I don't know if you've seen Leon that goes around my local town, but whatever his name is, but there's a nutter around here on a scooter that could kill you. But the point is, no congestion charge. It should just be no vehicles.
Yeah, but that's a hard sell. So the way, because there's like so many people are used to driving into central London, but if you first put on a tax, get a lot of people used to taking the public transport, and then the critical mass of drivers is smaller, then you can properly make it. You can probably forbid cars in central London. But right now it's too many of them. Then they're too loud.
The electric bikes and the electric scooters have taken some people off the roads.
Some
people do use them. But the problem is, people want to be in their cars, and so that's why I think like the single seat sort of electric vehicles that you can like tap your card on, go in. Not that I think you need your Oyster card or whatever, but I just think you should just be able to get in, plug in where you're going, and go.
Yeah. But the Oyster, I think the big advantage with Oyster as opposed to your credit card is Oyster is anonymous, so they don't know.
Well, I'm not even saying you need a credit card. Just you can get in.
You can, just like the Lime bikes.
Just free.
You know the Lime bikes?
Not even like the Lime bikes. You need to subscribe and have an app for the Lime bikes.
But no, you know you can steal them.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently the trick is, I looked it up online. I haven't tried it yet. But basically, what you need to do, you need to
pick up the back wheel, pick up the back wheel, and then drop it down so it snaps. Is that what they do?
Yeah. That's exactly what
it breaks the thing stopping the wheel.
How did you know that?
I've seen people running with them with the back wheel off the ground. So I
Okay.
figured that must be what's happening there.
I've heard enough sort of Lime bikes, sort of people riding them with the alarm on,
And the
that I
clicking.
assumed it's easy to steal them.
Yeah.
And now I kind of want to steal one. I really want to steal one, just for my own sort of on my own little bucket list. Of,
I mean, I've got a
of
bike,
me
but
being alive.
I'd happily pay for one. I do think they're quite expensive though.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I think maybe if you use a subscription thing, it's not expensive. But I don't want to get a subscription to a company.
No, I just think it should be free or virtually free to use, and then it'll get it off. It'll get people out of zone 1 and 2 in their cars.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like you need. It's not the bikes. You do need vehicle. People do need to get inside with their bags and be able to go off like they're in a cab. But it's just self-driven. No human driving in the.
But the self-driving cars, they you know that literally 100% of the companies that are developing self-driving cars have killed people, have killed innocent pedestrians. Like literally all of the companies, they have they have been taken to court because they killed
that's going to be
my cousin Al.
Yeah, and that's going to be crap if that's your family, obviously. But at the same time,
But we don't
there's
have
not one part of me that expected electric self-drive cars to be developed without any accidents, but way less accidents and way less deaths than us driving around.
Well, that's a supposition. We
Those
don't know that
pedestrians
for
probably wouldn't have been
sure.
on the streets if they were in their own self-driving car that was free of charge, therefore
And
way
then-
more attractive than walking.
And then definitely other people would have been killed. Like different pedestrians would have been killed by the drivers rather than the self-driving cars. And also, when you're killed by a driver, there's actually somebody that's responsible for your death. But when you're killed by a self-driving car, somehow everybody there's no responsible person. Everybody just kind of sheds responsibility so quickly. Like the entire company just kind of takes a step to the right,
But if you
and then
if you're killed,
responsibility goes right by them.
I don't know. I don't know. I hope no one I know dies in that way. But I can imagine that if you were killed, if a family member of mine was killed by a self-driving car versus a person driving,
Okay.
I would imagine that I'd find it easier to deal with it if it was by the self-driving car,
Okay.
because it's a technical fault, not an idiot. It would be like an issue with a program.
Well, the issue with the program, it's mostly because they wanted to cut some costs, and they kind of said, "Well,
You
let's
assume that. It
fire
could
that
just be
guy."
I
It's
mean,
usually a cost-cutting thing.
Yeah, but I'd see that as like it's just one of those things. It's just a really unlucky thing. And
Like,
you
I
can
like the
still
idea
sue
of-
the company potentially and get money out of them.
So
But in
if-
terms of like when there's a person responsible, there's an anger involved in a different way for me.
I'd rather if there was like a drink driving accident that killed a relative. I felt like, well, at least somebody was having fun. But with
Wow,
like,
you
if,
see, man, I can't. I would not see it like that.
but then it's like
I
if-
don't
if
want
a
a
Uber
person to
that-
be responsible.
Why,
I want
why is your
a
mom
faceless
dead?
thing.
Well, they were developing a new product, and my mom is one of the casualties of the new product that they were developing. That sounds way dirtier.
but
And
like,
then even sort of the futility you'd feel, like even the powerlessness that you're gonna feel for not being able to sue that company.
So, like, you'd-
for like literally like
There's no-
lawyers
there's
kind of
nothing to
going,
say you couldn't
well,
sue them."
you are right, but I'm not taking the case
There's-
because we're gonna lose it because they
there's
have more
nothing to
money
say
than we do.
There's nothing to say you couldn't sue
Okay.
for those issues. That's what I'm saying. Is I'd rather be able to like sue a corporation for a fault with their tech than have to want to put somebody inside for life for killing somebody because they've been out drink driving or whatever. I would much rather just sue a faceless company for the money if I wanted to go down that line. I don't think I would sue them necessarily. I don't.
You wouldn't sue them. You're just gonna go, well, that's fine.
I'm not-
It was my mom's contribution to humanity. She helped
I'm not litigious
develop
like that.
self-driving cars.
It's not going to bring them back. Some of the people that I see in life that I am jealous of are the people that can forgive horrible things, because I don't think I'm completely capable of those things. But I'm like, oh my God, if I could get to the place where they can continue to live despite what they've been through, like that they're better people than me. So like,
Yeah,
for
I
me,
have that jealousy too.
For me, I don't know. I've kind of lost my thread a little bit, but I just don't want to. I don't want to sue someone for money over something like that, because I don't really want the money. I'm not the richest person in the world, but I don't want the money. But I don't want the process of getting the money. I grew up around people that did that, and I understand why they do it, and understand why they feel aggrieved and to do it. But like for me, I think there's a mental health balance there. Like it's like, do you want to spend 10 years of your life going through that process to get the money?
Yeah.
And then you get the money, or do you want to just never get the money and then not have to spend 10 years of life? It's like the guy that went through the post office, the post office scandal. It's like his whole life's been...
Yeah, it's been ruined for
his whole life spent that. And so you'll get the settlement, you get the winning court eventually, you get all the money.
Yeah.
But 20 odd years of your life...
Well, that's the difference between getting hit by a drunk driver. Because if you get hit by a drunk driver, the guy is in jail within like 6 months. You're gonna take his house within a year.
But there's still some.
But if you're fighting a big company that's developing a
just
product,
don't fight either of them. Just like accept that it's happened, and sometimes shit happens. That's how Zen I'd prefer to be. And if it's not a person that did it, and it's like a fault, and there's not an actual person that was driving the vehicle,
it's way.
I'd just be. I think I'd far easier get to that place.
It's way easier for me to forgive a person, because like with a person, it's like a mistake that's not happening anymore. But with the company, it's something that was set up to be this way, and it's gonna carry on to be. Nobody can stop them.
If someone I deeply cared about got killed by a drink driver,
let's just talk about the neighbor that got killed.
It can't be like it has to be someone I care about. Because if it was a neighbor or someone like that, I wouldn't be that. Okay. I wouldn't be. Well, then I wouldn't care.
Then name the person. Name the person.
No, I'm not going to name the person. I believe in jinxing. But if one of the very few people that I care about,
how many of those people would how many of those people exist? How many?
Less than 6.
Qualify. Less than 6. One of 6. Okay.
If one of those few people.
So I know like 4 of them
by a specific person. Okay. Then no amount of money would make me feel better about it, and no amount of criminal prosecution would make me feel better about it. The only thing that would make me feel is I could commit a crime to infiltrate that prison and then slaughter them myself, because I'd want to kill them in revenge. It'd be very much like the Bible, eye for an eye.
Even that you can get away with doing way easier to a drunk driver than like a Uber type company. Who are you gonna kill? It's either kill the main shareholder at Uber, or like the person the CEO that decided to cut the cost.
How quickly we've gotten into this conversation about murder, when really the whole genesis of this episode was the congestion charge. Is that not like quite a nice reveal in itself, of like how these things drive people to murder?
The cars in general.
Just like
cars don't kill people, cars kill people.
Costs and taxes and annoying things just drive you to murderous thoughts. It got us there in minutes.
We got there from them murdering one of the loved ones in our family, in our lives.
Here's the thing then, let's take it back to congestion charge. Like, if we didn't have the congestion charge, but we also didn't just pedestrianise or come up with this system of solving traffic in Zone 1, how do we do it differently? Is there a third way?
I guess if you forbid all wheels, I guess the main thing is people shouldn't go to work anymore, because there's only the Zone 1 is only very congested at like 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
So get rid of the congestion charge, but work on different ways to solve the congestion. So basically, make work life more attractive remotely than office based.
Or like you can kind of I never really understood why all the companies need to start work at the same time and then sort of Like, why is it always 9 to 5? Why can't some companies just go, well 12 to 6, 12 to 8?
Yeah,
just sort of like stagger the working hours.
I understand that in some regards. Like if you're business to business, that can be difficult because when most businesses operate currently at 9 to 5, it would therefore sort of be quite evident why you'd want to do 9 to 5 because that's when you can contact them. But then if all businesses were varied, then the business to businesses could vary as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then you also have all the international, like with the time differences and so on. So you can kind of you can add that to the list of randomness, and then it kind of works out. You basically would solve traffic in London and New York,
but I think
and Tokyo within like one big move.
But I would suggest that the 9 to 5 exists because that's the way we like to live. Because most people will wake up around the time it gets light. Most people, not all people, and therefore they're going to be tired around the time it gets dark. And that more or less fits in within those hours. Obviously, it could be like 6 a.m. till 3 a.m. or 9 a.m., 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. or whatever. Like those daylight hours can vary, but generally it's going to be within that 12-hour period.
But I think people are adaptable and change is good.
I don't know many people that works night shifts that are completely happy with their life. Although, admittedly, most of the time it's because everybody else lives the other life.
Yeah, just because they don't have enough people to hang out.
It's just like, it would be excuses, wouldn't it? It'd be like, I want to invite you to my party. I can't. It'd just be more people that say I can't come because I'm working nights.
Yeah.
And then if you work night shifts, you invite all the night shift guys to your party, and none of the day shifts. There'd be such isolation.
But you'd switch about. Once in a while you'd work the nights. Once in a while you'd work the days. But if you're on that specific shift, they can't come to your party. I think all people should work 9 to 5. Okay.
And that makes it easier for us all to be able to go to anybody's party and do anybody's plan and do whatever. And we all communicate together.
So even like restaurants and so on, they should only be open 9 to 5. Comedy clubs, everything 9 to 5. After that,
I guess once we've got robots and stuff like that in place, we could. I mean, I don't mind about comedy clubs and like theatres and stuff because, I mean,
you need to get the audiences.
They're the jobs you like to do, I suppose. Then there's ushers and stuff. They need to be robots. All the ushers and all the ticket people, all the people that are just doing like the mind-numbing jobs. But then we turn up and we still do our bit. Like
I've never really been to a place where I've never really been ushered to a seat. If that makes any sense. Like
but you've been across someone that operates the door and says, "Have you got your ticket?"
Yeah. But that's a half-ass ushering.
Yeah,
I feel like ushering is,
and it's half-ass because they don't want to do it, and so you just. You put the first robots doing those jobs.
And then, like for me,
the humans can stick to 9 to 5.
The amount of times I've heard the word usher versus the amount of times I've actually been ushered to a seat, the numbers aren't matching.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we need to drop the word usher from modern day vocabulary.
Well, I only really hear of usher in theatres, and then they do show you to your seats. So you just don't go to the theatre.
I don't go to the theatre, yes.
Exactly. So this still exists. It's just
but people
not
that
in your world, but people anyway.
But people that don't go to the theatre still use it.
But my point is, I think congestion charges cannot be solved by spreading it out.
Yeah, I think
it's far more beneficial to sort of encourage people to work remotely or businesses to operate outside of just single cities. Like everything's in London. And there's a lot of stuff in Manchester and those cities, but there should be benefits to most people. Why can't that business run from, I don't know, Norwich or a small town? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think because they can't find employees, that's sort of the problem. It's hard to find like a marketing expert in Norwich. I don't know if that's true.
But I suppose like they're bricks and mortar businesses. might have to be tied to some of the bigger cities, but a lot of their employees might not have to be tied to the bricks and mortar.
Yeah.
So like a lot of that, like their marketing guy doesn't have to work in the building.
But I think they want people
work from wherever remotely for the most part.
But I think they want people to show up at work because you wanna
People say you're more productive when you're in the office.
The boss feels like you're more productive because he's seeing you do the work, but also he knows when you run out of work and he can give you more work. But if you're at home, you can just pretend like the work is taking you the whole 8 hours.
I think it's all about the person doing the work and the work you're doing, because like I think in any company I've worked in the past, admittedly it's been a while since I worked for anyone, but any company I worked in, there were good workers and bad workers, people that would work hard in the office and at home, and there were people that would not work hard in the office or at home. And I think it's those people that most of those business owners are suspicious of. It's like those people that are hard to get a good day's work out of, I can keep an eye on and give them more work. They're going to be harder to manage when they're at home. But we're looking at the wrong thing there. We need to get rid of those people. It's like the Elon Musk thing. There's the one thing. It's not the one thing. There's many things I've liked about him over the years. But one thing I liked about him is this ability for him to say, you need to get rid of the chaff. You need to find the good workers in your company that do work really hard, that can, like, basically the ones that end up doing all the work for the slackers anyway.
Yeah, but the second
if we worked in the same business together, I know I'll be doing most of your job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we need to get rid of you. And pay me a bit more money.
No, but if you get if you get rid of me, then you become the slacker. There's still gonna be a slacker.
No, I wouldn't become the slacker, but there'd be one less car driving into the office, and then
you'd either be the slacker,
50%,
or you'd have to work harder. There's no, like, the second you get rid of the laziest person there, the competition.
I wouldn't have to work harder. I'd get to work a bit quicker with cleaner lungs, because you're not blocking up the highway with your car, and I can get in quicker and do a bit more work, but also I take less time off because I'm probably have less cancer related illnesses because of the less fumes in the air. All these things, man. Like, if you get rid of half the workforce that's shit and keep the half work.
So that's how you fix traffic? You just kill half of the population?
No, I don't mean, when I say get rid, I didn't mean kill them. I meant just like get rid of them.
Just fire them and them not having.
So they need to find a job that they can be passionate about, or get used to living with less money.
But you can't, less money.
It's a good thing for them.
I'm totally.
A lot of these people that don't work hard, it's not because they're bad people. It's because they're in a job that just doesn't interest them.
So I'm totally up for the what's it called, the money from falling from the sky situation. What's the basic income? The universal basic income.
Universal credit stuff.
Yeah, universal credit. I'm totally up for that, because I feel like most jobs aren't really producing anything. We're just gonna. It's just like a theater for us. We're just going and pretending that we're working. People can give us money so that we can buy shit.
Yeah.
We can just buy shit without actually pretending that we're working, and nothing really is gonna change on the planet. I totally believe that.
The thing that needs to happen is robotics and AI needs to come in as quickly as possible. Because the quicker the jobs know. Oh man, that's the I don't know what that was all about, but the quicker we can, like, there are jobs that no matter what you do to them, no one's ever going to want to do them. So like cleaning toilets, whatever basic jobs, no one wants to do them. The quicker you can put robots doing that stuff, the quicker you can, like, get rid of that workforce but still have the jobs done, because it still needs doing. Then people can only do jobs that they want to do.
My theory is the reason what we're talking about isn't happening is because like whatever economic model we develop for the future, we're still gonna need prostitutes. So at the bottom of the day, at the end of the day,
the AI robotics could develop to a way where they'd be in. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, no, it's never gonna be the same as the real thing. But basically, what I'm saying.
Why wouldn't it be better? Because, like,
It can't be,
because it'd be free. Like you could buy
just because you know that the robot isn't
robot.
Just because you know
could be any sort of look like any person you want, male, female, whatever it is.
Just because you know
it could be whoever you want. It could be this person one day. It could be moldable.
The robot is never gonna second guess its life's choices while it's sucking your dick. So the robot is never gonna have that little moment in their head of why am I doing this right now? But with a human, they're always gonna have that little moment.
I never saw that coming, but but you could program a robot to have those, to have like whatever bleak life they need to have in order for you to be satisfied.
Well, then maybe you're not gonna be that safe with the robot.Maybe the robot is gonna second guess itself and kill you in the same sort of instance.
This is the thing about AIs and stuff, is like they're not going to want to kill us at all. They'll wait us out. We'll kill ourselves if they wait long enough. And so like I think we could program with any of those things, any of those twisted things that you need a human being to have in order to be satisfied by them sexually. You could program that into a robot, and then there is no prostitution, because it's just you're buying a sex device.
You can't program fear. You can't sort of that's either there or not. You can program it to look.
They're training robots now from birth. They're sort of birthing robots and like training them through they're evolving them through lessons. Like, so they're having an adolescence. They're growing up mentally. They're not just being born doing the job. They're evolving like humans almost, albeit much faster. And so you could technically put that into them. I don't know if that's like fair to do, but if that's what you need in order to get rid of prostitution. But I don't know how this is solving the congestion charge in a new way, though.
Well, I don't know either where we started from, but I honestly think that's sort of like the key to our economic sort of entanglement right now on planet Earth. Because at the end of the day, billionaires, they still want to be able to buy people and make them do freaky things. And if we'd have like a universal basic income, and if being a maid and if washing toilets wouldn't be sort of the other option between prostitution and you know what I'm getting at. It's sort of like if you need the base level of poverty on planet Earth, so that rich people have where to buy poor people from.
But why would they need to buy poor people?
Because it's what we do as monkeys on planet Earth. We just sort of
they'd still control populations if they control the money.
Yeah, but you're not gonna control them. If they're not naked and on their knees, you're not gonna ever feel like you're actually controlling them.
All they need you to do use whatever universal credit you get to buy the products that they need you to buy. Okay. That's all they need to convince you to. So like they'd have a lot cheaper manufacture, because they're going to have all the robots manufacturing everything, doing all their crap jobs. So that's not going to cost them as much probably as maintaining a human HR controlled workforce.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the slobs that sat at home doing nothing, not bothering to change their lives for any of the jobs that they could have that would be exciting. They're just going to stay on universal credit, watching Netflix for their lives, and buying the food, drinking the drinks, going on the holidays, doing all the things that are in the businesses, getting the pharmaceutical products that the billionaires need you to have in order for them to continue to get the money, so that the universal credit comes back to them.
Yeah, but once you have the universal credit, then there's no need for you to actually go and suck off that old billionaire.
You don't need to suck them off. You just need to spend your universal credit on things that they provide. So they're giving you and then they're taking it back. Isn't that the system?
But how is the old dude getting sucked off that owns everything? Because for him, that's the bottom line. If he's not going to get sucked off by an 18-year-old, he's not signing on to universal credit being a thing.
Why couldn't he still do that? Why would they not? Why does it need to be prostitution? Why?
Because then if everybody has enough money to live, to live these a
I didn't
decent
say
life.
any decent life. I just said they wouldn't be in jobs they didn't want to do.
But I'm saying, if you have enough money for food and shelter, you're probably not gonna prostitute yourself.
I don't think that's true. I think
For
there are plenty of people online right now on OnlyFans that have more than enough money for food and shelter, but they want better food and shelter.
I know, but they're
How is this solving the congestion charge?
but they're not fucking old, dude. They're
How is this solving the congestion charge?
I don't know either. This is what we need. It's congestion charge isn't hard to solve. I think basically what we need to make it by.
Well, we could do the thing we first talked about, but is there anything else?
Well, I'm just saying why technologically humanity has reached the point that we could have universal basic income, but we can't have it because the old rich people need to be able to buy young poor women, and if young poor women didn't exist, then being old and rich loses all of its appeal. So everything they work
I just
for.
think there's a disconnect in in this right now. Is like how you think that all of those women on a universal basic income would not be seen as poor women by billionaires. Like,
oh, they'd still be seen as poor women, but the women wouldn't be as buyable. Is that the word? Buyable?
I don't think that's true.
I think that's definitely true.
No, absolutely not. There's loads of women and men out there now that have what we would call a universal basic level of income, but they would still, some of them, go off and do all manner of things for billionaires because they would then want to climb the ladder towards the billionaire status. Because if everyone's got this, it doesn't matter how much you increase the bottom, a lot of those people are still going to want to aspire to the top. And some of them don't have the skills to do it through work, so some of them want to do it through sex and whatever.
They will, but they wouldn't like the threshold of what they're willing to do and how much they're willing to humiliate themselves is gonna grow a lot because hunger isn't pushing them. It's ambition that's pushing them. Ambition is a way smaller fuel than hunger.
I don't agree.
But you need to actually imagine like a very old, ugly, wrinkly billionaire, and somebody needs to fuck him. You don't like OnlyFans is glamorous as opposed to fucking the Koch brothers. OnlyFans, that's glamour. Putting plastic in your vagina in front of a camera, that's the luxury life compared to fucking the Koch brothers. But the Koch brother, fucking the Koch brothers, that's the minimum. That's the minimum that needs to happen for humanity to move forward. I think I'm onto something there.
Was Coca-Cola invented by two brothers or black guys? What do you mean by brothers? It's like
two black brothers, two old black brothers.
Okay, it's both of those things.
Yeah.
I don't know the foundations.
Long dicks and long balls. The length of the dick and the length of the ball is exactly the same.
I know that OnlyFans is better than doing that, but I still think you'd find people that are willing to do it.
I think you'd find less people that are willing to do it.
Some people are just not good at creating content, so it's better for them just to like sleep with the old guy.
But I feel like for them it's gonna even now it's becoming harder than it was like 50 years ago for the Koch brothers to fuck. You know, like 50 years ago, it was way more of a menu.
I didn't know this was a Koch brothers thing. I'd never even heard about this, but it's clearly a big deal. This.
Oh yeah, that's you want money, so you get power, so you want power, so you get your sexual fantasies fulfilled.
And that's why we can't solve the congestion charge
I
in any
think
way.
this is what we do with the congestion charge. I honestly don't know why people are talking about it. Like charge by how old the engine is, like tax by how old the engine is, but also tax by the size of the car and by the size of the engine. Why isn't that happening? Because right now they're only charging old engines, but you can still have like a big ass Range Rover and drive it for free in like central London.
Well, yeah, that's because the more modern engines like give out less fumes and less.
I'm sure
they're less problematic, which is why like
I'm
electric
sure
cars and some of the newest cars are actually free.
But I'm sure a new Range Rover still pollutes more than a 2004 Fiat.
I don't know if that's true.
And like apparently, like one of the biggest sort of polluting factors is just the rubber from the tires.
Yeah,
That sort of
that,
yeah. So and the bigger the car, the more rubber particles I'm from that car. I'm inspired. I'm breathing in.
But I think the way to solve this isn't to like look at taxing more cars. I think it's finding unique ways to sort of remove the cars from the street in the first place. It's like how would you reduce the amount of cars in a way that's not just getting rid of people's need to come in? Like, is there a way to like de-incentivize or even like get rid of the glamour attached to driving?
I think so, but I think now it's not even. I think there's no glamour in driving in London. It's just sort of
but
just
people like to be in
addiction.
their own vehicle. They like that, and they're attached to the idea of I can go where I want, when I want, and I'm attached to that. It's like the freedom of it.
Yeah.
And that freedom comes from like way in the past where you could just drive off hundreds of miles. It's like I see that as an American thing.
Yeah.
But
I've
like
experienced
that's still
that as well.
that's still there in your head when you're driving to work in London, is the fact that I'm in control.
But I've shifted. I used to have that, so I really used to be obsessed by driving and so on. And I've shifted that towards my bicycle, and you're way more free on the bicycle.
I agree. I did the same. But
you can park wherever you want.
But there are some people that are never going to feel that way about a bike. I feel that way, but there are some people that don't. So, is there another method of transport that should be invented to sort of take the edge off?
You can
cars?
shame the drivers, because a lot of them are kind of lazy as well. So that's how you get the glamour out of driving. You shame more drivers for being lazy. Because
how would you go about that?
They're usually fatter and so on. So you can
So that could start with comedians. We could start doing routines about drivers, eh? Have you seen how fat they are now? Not like all these cool chicks on the bikes.
Yeah,
you wouldn't get fat guys on like mopeds, would you?
I think it needs to be like a 19-year-old comedian that says that, like any sort of new ideas need to come with young looking
how would
people.
You do that without jokes then? But no, I think it would start with us. It would start with TV. It would start with media. Like that's the way you'd start to try and make car drivers look uncool, and then advertisers and stuff would have to start like you'd have to like put some sort of blanket ban on like advertising cool things with cars in.
Yeah.
So like if you were doing like an ad to do with have you got erectile dysfunction, that person's got to be in a car.
Yeah.
But if it was like, do you want to go on holiday to Hawaii or like fly this and do those sorts of things, there can never be a car in those advertisements. Nothing you'd want to do or that could be cool can have a car in, and everything to do with death and misery and
has to have a car in. But cars are inherently uncool now. Just because from here to like the West End in a car, right? Like getting from here to the West End, taking a car, that's the longest.
I think the coolness of cars very much depends on where you live. Because I agree with you.
Yeah, if you
in London, but like when I grew up in the countryside, cars were so cool because it was your way out.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like the way to be trapped. If you live in the city, a car traps you because A, you get everywhere slower than a bike, but B, it's actually more costly to park your car than it is to actually
You need to wake up in the morning and move your car. It's like almost having a pet.
Yeah, it's a chain around your neck.
Yeah.
But if you live in the countryside, it frees you still. So how do we apply the same sort of, maybe if we made the congestion charges so bad in somewhere like London, it could have a reverse effect. It could drive business and everything to the countryside, and then there'd be more cars there, so that wherever you went, a car would be a pain in the ass.
Okay, so how do you make it?
And then no one wants to drive anywhere, and it's always seen as freedom to not have a car.
Yeah.
So the answer to less cars is more cars.
I guess I'm following.
In fact, the problem with cars is we don't have enough of them. There needs to be literally cars on every driveway, on every element of the street. It needs to be gridlock, and the entire planet needs to be in complete gridlock. And then it'd be so uncool.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Now there's still it's still a scarcity enough that it's cool because not enough people have them.
Yeah, and then you just put loads of supermodels on bicycles cycling around. Going, why? I mean, obviously they're going to be like completely haggard with the fumes, but put supermodels on bikes as well. Almost, and everyone's like, why are we in these cars? All the fit chicks are outside the cars.
Almost get like if you're ugly, you have to be in a car. If you're pretty, you have to be on a bicycle.
That's a great government mandate.
It's
like, there is no more congestion charge, but now only ugly people can use cars in zone 2 and 1.
Yeah, and actually, if you see like a
and photographic access to the public bikes and stuff.
And if you see like an ugly person on a bike, they get fined immediately. Yeah, you're not allowed to.
It's like that app thing on like TikTok or wherever, where it tells you how old your face looks and how ugly you are and stuff, and what celebrity you look like. All those types of things are incorporated within cars and stuff. And so you like to get in the car if you're you're too pretty for this car, but you can get on this bike.
So I feel like
you're too ugly for the bike.
With our faces, we could get away with like an electric bike. You could
to be fair, I'm getting that ugly now. They'd send a van. They'd be like,
you're in the front of the van, you're in the back of the van.
Yeah, put your cap back on, Will, and you can maybe ride a car. But if you're leaving your cap off today, then get in the van. That'd be it for me. I really like that idea of like, because the minute you attach that, some people would like that. They'd be like, yeah, I'm ugly, and I like the fact I can get in my car. I will stay ugly. There'll be old people that like that, but eventually it would become stigmatized to the point that like people would aspire to being on the bike, and they'd go to the gym because their New Year's resolution would be to become fit enough to get on a bike.
Yeah.
Not get on a bike to get fit enough to get on the bike in the first place.
Yeah. That makes sense.
They'd be at the gym cycling on the bikes in the gym to try and earn the right to get on the bikes outside of the gym.
Yeah. Then training wheels actually would mean something. You're actually training to be able to be a beautiful stallion on a bicycle.
Yeah, because I always thought, why would you? Like, if you're going to get fit, why do a spin class inside when you could just cycle outside? It's going to be way more fun. But now you can't do that until you do the first thing.
Yeah.
That's better, man.
I agree there.
You could just do the same with gyms. So like all indoor things are for ugly people, and all the outside things are for prettier people, lighter people.
Yeah, like the internet and like being on the computer, ugly people.
Yeah, and there's not going to be anyone in gyms recording
going to the post
doing
office,
shit
just beautiful people. Just if you have like an errand to do at the post office, just like stallions.
You'd be like, you never guess who I saw outside today? Really? I didn't know he was that good looking. Yeah, he's really turned his life around. It's like
he's been putting those hours at the gym.
I saw that Radu Isaac. I saw him out on the street just as plain as day. He hasn't been out in 10 years.
He was out at noon.
He was out at peak attractive time.
It wasn't raining. I checked my phone as well. It wasn't raining.
Yeah. They had no guards with him or anything. There was like no van nearby, nothing trying to pick him up. And
there's like a normal looking person walking the street.
Do you remember he used to do a podcast with that Will Mars dude? Not seen him in decades.
I don't know what he's up to.
Yeah.
I think he's doing more podcasts now. I think he has like 5 YouTube channels. That's how little teeth he has left.
Yeah, and only ugly people are allowed to watch them.
But I think generally we should. I think what people don't, what car people don't know. I get the. I get this argument, online whenever they want to add like a cycle track or anything like that. Car people kind of go, well, we're the ones that pay road tax. We're the ones that pay road tax. We made the roads. And I think they just don't know that the roads are still subsidized by the government.
Well, it's also not the tax they're paying. Road tax is for the vehicle and for the emissions. It's not for the actual road it's built on.
That's okay.
They should change it. It should just be called the car tax because it's for the vehicle. It's not for the roads.
In Europe, there is definitely a tax that you pay for the road.
No, in the UK, that, to my knowledge, currently, unless that's changed, that's not true.
Okay.
The tax you pay for your vehicle is for the vehicle. It's not in any way associated to building the roads.
But when you go to like a new country, you get like a sticker that you put in the window to show that you paid road tax for that country.
Yeah, and we call it road tax as well here, but it's not actually. That's the thing. It's not actually that. It is for the car,
but
it's not actually.
Even
if paying for the roads to be built.
Even if it is for the roads to be built, it still doesn't cover the entire cost of the road being built. The car people don't know that we're
maybe
actually
that's a way to
subsidizing
maybe that's
them.
a way is to like say no. Actually, then in this case, if you want to continue to drive, you need to pay for the full road.
Yeah.
So like you wake up in the morning, there's a pothole at the end of the road. That's £5.6 million, please. Still want to drive to work today? Or do you want to take one of these bikes?
Yeah.
Too late. You're ugly. Oh man.
It'd be nice if I feel like even like London could be like so. Since I started cycling, I feel like okay, you can kind of really cycle anywhere in London within a decent time, even zone 9. If I leave now, I'm still there in like 3 hours. So it's still sort of it's doable. But I feel like we should make it more of a running city. Actually have people running from one place to another. I feel like it's weird that you only see people mostly walking. Even though once you start running, then you kind of get into the rhythm of running.
Yeah, that's like Forrest Gump. Isn't it? It's to do with showers and stuff, isn't it? It's just like you can cycle to work without breaking too much of a sweat and therefore have a day's work. Not everybody's got the ability to like go and freshen up when they get to work. It's like my missus runs to work a lot.
Okay.
And so like
so she showers at work.
Yeah, but she works for a firm that's got like really good facilities. Not everyone's got that.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'd probably consider cycling a bit faster and building up a sweat if it weren't for that. But a lot of time I wouldn't even go to a gig on my bike because I know at that venue I can't even like freshen up before I go on stage.
I've done so many gigs where the entirety of the back of my t-shirt was just wet.
I have too. It's gross though.
I don't think it is gross, but I think that's part of the magic of show business, that people don't know that I have a sweaty back. People applauding my front while my back is sweaty.
I don't want to be the first person to tell you this, but like when they see you from the front, they probably assume you've got a sweaty. It's like there's no way that guy's not sweating behind.
Well, then why are they applauding? What's wrong with them that they're applauding a sweaty man on stage?
They're applauding the venue for putting you on stage and not in the seat next to them. Like, thank God that stinky ass bastard is on stage and not here.
I once really remember having an aha moment when I was at the comedy club and sort of just holding in a fart, and like being on stage, I had an aha moment, kind of thinking of I can fart here and nobody's ever gonna know.
In fact, you could do better than that. You could fart there and go, which one of you did that?
I probably could have done that as well, but yeah, that's it's harder because the people in the back don't know what smell you're talking about.
No,
so you're losing the ones in the back.
But you could just say who farted.
You can say who farted, but it's not. It's not
The
going to work as well as a joke.
only thing you've got to be sure of is that it's silent, because the louder it is, the harder it would be to pretend it wasn't you. You
can enunciate a word a bit harder as you're gonna fart on a punchline. So then you then
and I said this, but then